Hey, nice to meet you. My name is Yoon. Before I joined the military, I worked at a mall, had a couple of businesses, had 2.0 GPA going to college, and I felt like a failure and I didn't know what to do, so I decided to join the military. 8 years later, made 100K in the stock market, 250K in my own business, met and worked with many influencers, built a multi-7-figure business, all the while active duty in the military. I am out of the military now, and I can tell you that I feel like I have my life on the right track. In this video, I'm going to be sharing with you my experience in the military, how I have changed and grew to become the person that I am today. Truth be told, my experience in the military, more specifically the Navy, hasn't been ideal. I signed up to be a supply guy, got sent to an aircraft carrier during a process called the RCOH. During that time, it didn't really matter what job you signed up for. You were a dishwasher, janitor, construction man, food server, painter, and you lived and worked in the ship every single day. You can find plenty of news articles out there. RCOH is very well accepted to be one of the most challenging places a sailor can go to. During that time, it was miserable for me. I thought I would be doing some Navy things, some supply things, being able to travel and living the life of a sailor, but it was far from it. Now, to clarify, I'm not here to say I'm a victim of anything. There are plenty of people who've gone to crazier places. The reason why I share this with you is just so you can understand my reality at the time. My reality as a 22-year-old who was embarrassed with the choices he made in life, that joined the military in hopes for a better life. I didn't get an ideal start. I didn't get lucky, and this place affected my mental health just like everybody else. I will say I had a handful of good friends and good leaders who made it bearable along the way for me. Shout out to the parking lot boys. The side effects of being in this environment, in the beginning, I exuded high levels of emotional distress. Over time, I became accustomed to the day-to-day pain and just learned to live with it. I've talked to the psych, I've talked to the chaplain, and I've come to the conclusion that they did not have the experience nor the knowledge to be able to help me. From my observation, this is where most people cap off on their growth as a person. They just learn to accept their reality and just live with it. That wasn't for me. I wasn't going to accept this pain, this reality of working a 9 to 5. This was the turning point for me. Experiencing this pain, 6 years in, I have become the product called the uniform service member, where the emotions are buried deep inside, but I still remember the pain. And each day I seeked out for alternatives. Is it the stock market? Is it the real estate? Is it YouTube? Is it a job? What do I need to do to escape this reality and create the reality that I know that I deserve? Luckily, I came across a 7-figure coach who was in the military, and he helped me understand and bridge the gap from my current reality to the person that I want to become. He taught me that I had to face and wipe out my old beliefs to make room for new beliefs that serve me and my purpose. And my purpose being to be rich and successful to provide for me and my family. So I had to come face to face with all of my emotions and old beliefs. For example, the Navy sucks. They made me scrape poop, be a construction guy, be a painter, live in miserable conditions. And for 5 years, I didn't really get to travel like the Navy people did. I got stuck in good old Virginia. Let's face it and rewrite that story. Did scraping poop, painting, and doing construction work develop a strong work ethic, or did it make me weaker? Well, it's true. Nobody wanted to do this. I always stepped up and I developed stronger work ethic for it. Did going into RCOH, the armpit of the Navy, living in miserable conditions, make me mentally weaker or more stronger for everything that I have today? Well, you're right. It did make me mentally stronger, and I appreciate all the stuff that I have today. Even this light. I lived in the darkness for so long. 5 years, only one good country of just being stuck, not being able to go anywhere. Experiencing that pain and suffering, did it make you focus on what is more important? To not be employed by anyone ever again after the military? Well, you are absolutely right. It did help me stay focused so that I never have to be in this situation ever again. One by one, I faced my emotions, my old beliefs, and stopped playing the victim of my life, and instead rewrote my story, to be a hero in his journey to achieve success for his family. And these are just the obstacles, challenges that I have to overcome. That's when I understood that nothing can happen to me. It happens for me. Because if I get emotionally triggered somewhere, it means there's a lack in my character development. This is when I became bulletproof in my mind. Started a business contracting myself out to entrepreneurs and influencers and made 6 figures. Got involved with a startup and helped it scale to multiple 7 figures. I had the confidence, the mental fortitude, because nothing could faze me. Even in the journey of entrepreneurship, what do you do when a client asks for a $30K refund? What do you do when you have to fire someone? What do you do when you're in charge of a company, in charge of people, their lives, their families? Shoot, in the beginning, I got nervous too to have that conversation. But here's what I realized. Would I rather try to solve that and have those conversations compared to scrape poop and paint and bolt on some light fixtures somewhere? Which would I rather do? And I get paid more on this. Like, well, the choice is pretty obvious. And you know what? The emotions, it's nothing compared to the pain and suffering that I've had to go through for years in the military. Because out here in entrepreneurship, I get to choose how I want to live. In the military, I don't have a choice. I have to obey. Nobody is responsible for my life other than me. So I took control. I harnessed my experience, my emotions, all this pain and suffering, and used it as fuel for freaking growth. That's what I did right. I'm not smart. I had a 2.0 GPA. I'm not lucky. I didn't come from a rich family. I'm just the guy who made himself to the person that you're seeing today. People ask me all the time, should I join the military? In my opinion, if it's for freaking college degree to become rich, use it as a stepping stone for a higher paying job, 20 years in retirement to serve, I personally don't believe that is the right mindset to have. Because I have seen plenty of people with that intention in mind never accomplish it. Here is what I believe to be true. If you don't like who you are right now, like I did when I joined, and you want to become the best possible you, like I did, and you're trying to find a vehicle to help you do that, then yeah, I would consider the military as an option. Because the military is not a machine to make you rich, to build your real estate portfolio, to get your college degree, to get you connections for a 6-figure job. It's a flawed system ran by flawed people that exposes your flaws. In it, you have the choice to accept it and just live with it, or grow from it to become the person that you want to become, that you need to become for you and your family. That's my experience. That's my opinion. That's how the military changed me. Hope that helps. Send it.